I bought this LOVEVOOK backpack for my high school daughter, and after testing it, I'm starting to think that I made a big mistake because I may actually want to steal this from her and buy her another one. I purchased this bag for my daughter and was surprised right away because it felt much nicer than I expected for a high school backpack. The fabric had an almost luxurious feel to it. The construction feels really solid and it comes in 8 different color combinations. So you can definitely choose something that fits your style. But looking nice is one thing. I wanted to know if it was actually going to work as an everyday backpack. So I tested how much it can comfortably hold, how durable it is, how the fabric handles with water and stain, and how comfortable it is with a heavy load, and whether the organization is actually useful. And stick around because there's one part of this bag that I don't love, and I think it could potentially be the first thing to show wear over time. First, let's talk about capacity because this thing holds a ridiculous amount of stuff. There are 4 main compartments, and I was able to fit a laptop, iPad, notebook, reading materials, makeup bag, school supplies, and a bunch of other everyday items without it feeling like I was fighting the bag to get everything in. In fact, it has a ton of extra space. There's also a dedicated laptop compartment designed for laptops up to 17 inches wide. Now, there's also different measurements, so check your device before ordering your backpack. There's also an additional iPad sleeve, so you have the option of keeping everything protected and not just having it flop around in your backpack. And then we have the water bottle compartment, which is actually designed to accommodate those larger cups. I have the largest Stanley and the middle one. And I'll admit, I didn't like the look of those little buckles at first, which is why I didn't initially buy this bag for myself. I changed my mind after I tested it because they're actually incredibly easy to clasp and unclasp, and they make using this pocket much more comfortable, and so I don't have to worry about it popping out. Next was durability, and this is where this bag really started winning me over. Another of my daughters picked it up and immediately commented that it felt better made than her Vera Bradley backpack, and I completely agree with her. The seams feel reinforced, the straps feel strong, and when I've loaded the bag up with a lot of weight, nothing about it feels flimsy or like I need to baby it. Then I decided to test the water resistance, and I did not go easy on it. I poured an entire cup of water over the backpack, and initially everything stayed dry inside. After a little while, I could see that a bit of water came through on the seams, started to seep through, but all of my materials inside were still dry. So I would call this water resistant rather than waterproof. I wouldn't throw it into a swimming pool, but based on my test, I personally also wouldn't be concerned about getting caught in a serious downpour. And because apparently pouring water all over the backpack that I paid for wasn't enough, I also decided to test the stain resistance with longwear lipstick. In hindsight, rubbing longwear lipstick onto a brand new backpack that was not a free sample was probably not the greatest decision. Heck, I used my own big girl money to buy this thing. So I was very glad that I chose an inconspicuous spot. The good news is that the lipstick that was on there from transfer marks actually wiped clean. So if you have a little makeup on your fingers, you accidentally touch the lighter area colors, I would not panic. Based on my test, those kind of marks seem to like they would wipe clean with no issues. And the fabric itself also feels like it's going to do a good job of not showing the dirt. Next is comfort. Because the backpack can hold everything in your house, but that doesn't help much if it's miserable to carry. The shoulder straps are nicely padded and have breathable mesh fabric. And even when I loaded this bag pretty heavy, there is also a single grab handle at the top that feels comfortable with your hand, although this is actually the one part of the backpack that gives me a little concern. It has a vegan leather material on it, and while it looks really nice now, I could see it potentially being an area that cracks or shows wear over time. Obviously, I can't tell if that will happen or not, but if I were looking for a potential weak point in the bag, this would definitely be it and something I'd keep my eye on. Finally, let's talk about functionality, because I think LOVEVOOK got some things really right with this bag, and organization is one of them. It has 14 pockets overall, which sound like a lot, but compared to what some of the other bags in the LOVEVOOK line that I've tried, it's actually fairly simple, and I like that. I've used bags with so many pockets that all of my organization starts taking away from the usable space inside. This one gives you enough pockets to organize your things that you don't want disappearing into the bottom of your bag, while still leaving plenty of open space for your schoolwork, notebooks, work supplies, or in my case, some quality reading material. There's also an anti-theft pocket on the back and a luggage strap that slides over the handle of a suitcase, which makes this useful beyond school. I could easily see using one of these as a work backpack or as a personal item when traveling. So after actually testing everything, do I still think that this belongs to my daughter? Unfortunately for my wallet, yes. I think I need to buy another one for myself. It simply has a ton of usable space without being overcomplicated. It's comfortable when it's loaded down, the construction feels surprisingly substantial, and it performs much better than I expected in both my water and lipstick tests. My only real hesitation is that upper handle and how that vegan leather material is going to look after a lot of use. If you want to check out this LOVEVOOK backpack, I put the links in the description and you can see the current color options, prices, and other details for yourself. But I'm almost certain you'll be happy with buying this one. I certainly was, and I'm gonna have to buy a second as well.